Joe Biden's State of the Union address, where he lived out. There was some good stuff, finished with some bad stuff, especially if you're a Palestine supporter. Not super. I mean, it's better than like what a Republican would say, I guess. That's the bar, huh? That's the bar. Also dangled in front of us like marijuana possession and stuff being decriminalized. Things like minimum wage increases and workers' rights stuff, and enshrining different abortion rights that they just haven't done yet. Of course, they can continue to dangle it. However, the Republicans, or I guess in general, the opposing party for whoever the president is, will always make a response to the State of the Union. And this year, the Republicans chose someone I hadn't heard of until now, Senator Katie Britt, from her kitchen, I guess, or a kitchen, just a kitchen around here. And this is some unhinged shit. If you haven't seen this yet, and I've seen clips, I haven't watched the whole thing. I wait for stream. I wait for you guys. Gotta watch it with chat, or it doesn't count. She's just not a human. She's a whole ass lizard person. Very excited to hear why she's here and who the fuck she is. Like, have we ever heard of this lady before? Now has she been doing like big politics stuff? Forgive me if I don't watch a lot of C-SPAN. Not super locked into the oligarchy, you know, as far as their day-to-day is concerned. Looks like it was filmed in a Home Depot. Oh, yeah, and like one of those, like, it looks like a set. Could just be because of the studio lighting in the kitchen past the island. But there's like an island here and then another island here. Maybe this is a table that just matches because she's bougie, of course. The only times I've ever seen her, because there were some other pictures of her going around comparing how she talks in this to like how a normal person might talk, or herself outside of this context. She always has this cross on, which is very cringe, of course. So Joe Biden just finishes, and then they put this out, I guess. Did they put this out right after? Which is crazy, because did they film it live? Did they film it beforehand, or do they actually respond to him? Like, her job was to freestyle this. Anyway, I shouldn't put this off any longer. I swear to God, I'm it's just so cringe. I'm kind of delaying the inevitable. Let's just do it. All right, everyone jump in the pool. Let's go.
My name is Katie Britt, and I have the honor of serving the people of the great state of Alabama in the United States Senate. However, that's not the job that matters most. I am a proud wife and mom of 2 school-aged kids.
So right off the bat, we're doing the politician stuff, which is super weird. I don't know why they always do this. I do not care. Yeah, who gives a fuck? Why would you say this kind of stuff? Like, are you campaigning? Who cares? I already forgot your name. I gotta look again. Katie Britt.
My daughter Bennett and my son Ridgway are wild.
You named your kids Bennett and Ridgway? So she's like my age, or a little, I don't know, around, right? We're in the millennial scourge era. So the worst of us are the ones that are going to run for Congress, because of course, right? So maybe the best of us should run for Congress too. Cuz this is what we're putting out there. Like, what can you imagine a congressperson being like, "Hey guys, shit's fucked up. We got to fix some shit. I'm in here. They let me in for some reason. We got to figure out how to do something." I'm going to name my non-existent kid Off-Ramp. I'm not joking. I went to school with a kid named Clutch, like in a car. His parents named him Clutch. Not a joke. Pretty bad. Michele. The whites must be stopped with their naming conventions. It's just embarrassing. I don't know why we do it. Everything, like, they evoke horse girl, and I don't know why. I don't know why they do this. You have a cousin named Axel? That's way cooler than Clutch.
I ran for the Senate. I'm worried about their future and the future of children in every corner of our nation.
Oh my God. She sounds like Karen Page from Daredevil. Do you guys remember? That's an old reference. If you guys watched the Netflix run of Daredevil, she sounds like when Karen Page is very distressed in the rain. This is incredibly dramatic, very odd. So this is probably about 30 seconds in. It's probably about the time that most people are like, what? Apparently, there are Republicans from the top to to bottom that watched this and were like, what the fuck is this? Like, not even Republicans like this. Hilarious.
And that's why I invited you into our home tonight.
She's doing some CW acting here, which is crazy because she named her kids like they were from a CW show.
Like so many families across America, my husband Wesley and I just watched President Biden's State of the Union address from our living room. And what we saw was the performance of a permanent politician who has actually been in office for longer than I've been alive.
What an own dude. I'm deeply unqualified. Like, I don't even like Joe Biden, but that is not a burn. I agree he's old, but like that's just experience. I don't want Joe Biden to be president, but you're forcing me to pick him. You know what I mean? Because you're fucking dumb and crazy. Trump is so young, right? This is a body snatcher smile. Yeah, trying to say that Joe Biden, which is nuts, Joe Biden came across as genuinely more personable. I mean, he made fun of Republicans several times and did that little Uncle Joe smile. He did it, man. And now she's fucking Jared Leto Joker smiling into me. Like this looks like what Jared Leto, he stared into the mirror. This is before the makeup people come on and write damaged on his forehead, and he just stares in the mirror and waits for them because he's a method actor, you know. Have you guys seen this the movie Smile? It's like that.
One thing was quite clear, though.
Quite clear. Fuck yeah. Was it?
President Biden just doesn't get it. He's out of touch. Under his administration, families are worse off, our communities are less safe, and our country is less secure.
Oh my God, you're so breathy. Who coached this? Who is Is this her just doing a thing? Were they just like, okay, Katie, which I forgot your name again. Okay, Katie, we're ready for you. Ready for your State of the Union. We're gonna choose you because why did they choose her? They don't like women. She's like a TikTok mom. She's sort of got TikTok mom vibes. Roe, specifically for the Roe v. Wade thing, because I'm a mom. I'm a youngish mom, and is a bad politician. Like, imagine the camera turning on and you go, breathy. Imagine, chat. If I always... I literally can't keep that up. This must be exhausting. If I always gave you this. With my furrowed brow. And my intensity? Intensiveness.
I just wish he
Intensuousness. That's a good word. I think they picked her because she's conventionally attractive, and if the delivery designed to make gross white men max horny. Is it designed? Is she trying to be sexy? All right, I'm a coomer. All right, chat. Confession. Kind of a coomer. But, like, what? Republican moms are never going to be sexy. I don't think they're trying to do sex. I mean, I think maybe, like... I mean, I don't think they were upset that she was younger. Demure, yeah. Like a TikTok mom, yeah. I'm a mom, and I'm rich enough that I can vote against everything that could help other people's children. Right. So I should be guillotined. That's what I would say in my interpretation of my role in this place.
Understood what real families are facing around kitchen tables just like this one. You know, this is where
this a kitchen table?
Our family has tough conversations.
Like what?
It's where we make hard decisions. It's where we share the good, the bad, and the ugly of our days. It's where we laugh together. And it's where we hold each other's hands and pray for God's guidance. And many nights, to be honest, it's where Wesley and I worry. I know we're not alone. And so tonight,
what do you worry about?
The American family needs to have a tough conversation.
I couldn't hear you you were like stage whispering. Like, why is she stage whispering?
Because the truth is, we're all worried about the future of our nation. The country we know and love seems to be slipping away, and
What? Slipping away from what, man? Like, when you grew up, Bill Nye was on TV, you know? Like, X-Men, Saturday morning cartoons. I mean, I guess I guess the biggest thing that I noticed, genuinely, there's two big things. America has become more authoritarian because they have more surveillance over us, and definitely life, like economically, has gotten harder for lower income people. Those are like the two major things. And due to that, stratification happens. I mean, obviously, social media plays a role, but
Feels like
I must make 3 times the median income, so here's some crocodile tears. Dude, I'm trying to get into politics, I think, man. Like, why do they just pay money to these people to be fucking mouth breathers? We could get in there and, like, instead of being greedy sluts, what if we just, like, actually cared? You know? You feel me? What if you went to do the politics for your community because you actually wanted to do the politics for your community, you know? Wouldn't that be nutty? A crazy concept. And they'll pay you a salary to do that. We aren't allowed to be as racist anymore? Are you sure?
the next generation will have fewer opportunities and less freedoms than we did.
It'd be fewer opportunities and freedoms. They were fewer applied to both. I'm just, speech writing, no problem.
I worry my own children may not even get a shot at living their American dreams.
Well, that would be due to the kind of legislation that you... What? So look at... So you're smiling after you say this.
And may not even get a shot at living their American dreams.
Which delights her. You know what I mean? Like...
My American dream allowed me, the daughter of two small business owners from rural Enterprise, Alabama, to be elected to the...
You're from Alabama? Wow. You really... That sounds exactly like people from Alabama. Definitely a small town girl from Alabama. I just go... Roll Tide.
The United States Senate at the age of 40. Growing up,
right.
Sweeping the floor at my dad's hardware store and cleaning the bathroom at my mom's dance studio, I never could have
You're cleaning the bathrooms.
imagined what my story would entail. Yeah. To think about what the American dream can do across just one generation.
Just one generation is all it will take. That's the vibe. I don't know, man. This is madness. Look at her. It's so unhinged. How did she think, oh yeah, I'm sounding real fucking human right now? They won't see past my... Actually, everyone roll a perception check to see through illusion. Let me get you a little... we got to get warmed up. We got D&D this weekend. All right, I only rolled an 11. I don't know. I think maybe she's a human. She's the computer president from Fallout 3, John Henry Eden. No, she's a lizard. Definitely a lizard. Go. And the fact that she was a child. Like, yeah, a whole child. Turned into this.
In just one lifetime.
Wow.
It's truly breathtaking.
Everyone's trying to roll.
But right now, the American dream has turned into a nightmare for so many families.
What's the nightmare? Not to do camera B again so soon, but it's the wealth inequality. It's the wealth inequality that we don't have. That we do have. I mean, we do have it, but we don't have equality. No. We don't have any wealth, man. That's what it is.
Fuck bicycles!
Macchionio is the first person to identify the lizard correctly. Congratulations on the nat 20. No, I was talking about how I bet you she wasn't paid for that labor, too, being the fan business. Oh, yeah. Because she was a child during her family business. Right. Yeah, you don't have to pay the kids. There's lots of places that take advantage of child labor because of that. Including, but not limited to, private Christian academies.
The true, unvarnished state of our union
Unvarnished.
begins and ends with this.
Oh, let's go.
Our
Intense.
families are hurting.
Cool.
Our country can do better.
Okay, This is a tip for everybody that ever writes anything. You have to earn the tone, okay? You don't have to earn the initial tone, right? But like this is real life, right? You didn't create the setting. Real life, you need to be like, okay, so here is a fact of something that makes me upset, and this is why I'm mad, okay? Instead, we're gesturing at badness. We're like, look, it's an American nightmare. And you just sound so weird, it's jarring, and so we're not even really... I'm going to be 100% honest, Katie. I'm going to remember. I'm going to be 100% honest. I do not think that it's easy to listen to you. Like, I can't, pay attention to what you're saying so much. Because of the tone, it has monotony to it, and it's like, it's just not earnest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't feel this. You're like, oh, shit's been great for me. I'm not actually experiencing this American nightmare. I'm doing fantastic. I literally was just talking about how I've been rich my whole life, and my parents both were business owners, which, not easy, but you have funds. And how and I would be fascinated to know how those were funded, by the way. Could be good. Survivor bias, it's not even that. It's just nepotism.
And you don't have to look any further than the crisis at our southern border to see it. President Biden inherited the most secure border of all time.
Did he?
But minutes after taking office, he suspended all deportations. He halted construction of the border wall.
Well, it's a border. So we've discussed the border wall. It's a wall, lady. Walls are just not sophisticated enough. It's so silly. The immigration thing is so funny. It's obvious that the solution to immigration is a proactive approach where you anticipate, expect, and allow the freedom of movement of qualified people, right? You can determine that however you like. Obviously, I would have looser standards. You could still do a surveillance situation where you monitor someone's fucking brief visit, and maybe they have probationary periods and stuff. I'm fine with however you want to do it, but people should be able to move back and forth between these artificial fucking borders on Earth. The reason you have state terrorism and non-state terrorism, and you have those because of borders. Sure, initially 100% granted, because of the way that we've nation built and the way that we've run the world so hostile toward, just everyone's hostile towards each other all the time. Because of that, there will be, no matter what happens, whenever you make a reform that loosens this authoritarian sort of isolationist view, you will in fact have one or two bad things happen, and then they're going to point to that, and then it's going to be wrangled and everything will be fine. It's the same thing with healthcare. Once you made healthcare legal, right? And you did, or a right, I suppose, not legal, although it does feel illegal sometimes. Once you make healthcare broadly available to everybody, you're going to get a log jam at the beginning of healthcare. Although they'd have to, in my opinion, you should take a proactive approach and maybe do a system where you're okay, everybody with these fucking, if your social security number ends in a fucking 3, go ahead and go, and you get free healthcare this month. It's your turn right now, and we'll triage in the meantime. You could also just ask people to chill, but you know how Americans are selfish. Anyway, you'd get a logjam, and eventually you would fix that, and it would be fine. Right? Same thing. Anyway, this is all getting out from under the bad policies.
And he announced a plan to give...
Also, by the way, Joe Biden's border policy is bad, in my opinion, as a leftist, so... But it's better than the Republicans who want to just fucking gun down children who are Mexican or otherwise ostensibly just brown folks, right? As long as they're on the other side of this river, they're nope, they gotta die. Guns, please, and barbed wire. They would mine the fucking river if they could, genuinely.
Amnesty.
Why is she talking in a kitchen? Because it's her kitchen, dude.
To millions. We know that President Biden didn't just create this border crisis. He invited it with 94 executive actions in his first 100 days. When I took office, I took a different approach. I traveled to the Del Rio sector of Texas. That's where I spoke to a woman who shared her story with me. She had been sex trafficked by the cartels starting at the age of 12.
So that's really bad. We don't like sex trafficking. Did you know that the policies that the United States has put into place has caused sex trafficking? Did you know that that's your fault? Isn't that nuts? Very true story. Definitely there is sex trafficking at the border. This is a reaction to your policies. If only there was a wall, certainly no one would want to traffic anybody over or under the wall. There's already tunnels, man. Like, what is a wall doing? If you give people a legal avenue to seek passage, they will not have to be muled by these traffickers. They will have no reason to do this. You know what I'm saying? There's no market for this if there's no one desperate to get over the border. Because they don't need to be desperate. They can just get over it. You know? Hello, man? What? Okay. We just want to let the cartel in? I mean, you can have intelligence. You'd be like, well, we're letting cartel guys in? In fact, that could be a good way to honeypot some cartel guys. I'm just saying. Cartel guys are pretty fucked up. They're pretty bad. They're like warlords, right? They victimize the populace on both sides of this, but it's profiteering on the back of American policy. It only exists because American policy allows that environment to exist. So, you know.
She told me not just that she was raped every day, but how many times a day she was raped.
Wow.
The cartels put her on a mattress in a shoebox of a room, and they sent men through that door over and over again.
Wow.
For hours and hours on end.
That's really bad. Why are you talking about this on the fucking... Isn't this about Joe Biden, man?
We wouldn't be okay with this happening in a third world country. This is the United States of America, and it is past time, in my opinion.
In the United States of America, the cult whose necklace you're wearing around your neck does worse every day than that. Are you serious? Like, one isolated incident of, like, cartel sex trafficking is dog shit and bad and evil, and you don't want that. But that is not nearly as bad as the systemic abuse of women and children throughout this one singular cult. How can you even, like, gesture towards that? The gall that religious people have.
That we start acting like it.
Like, literally, Alabama has child marriage.
President Biden's border policies are a disgrace.
You're literally stage whispering, dude.
This crisis is despicable. And the truth is, it is almost entirely preventable.
Mm-hmm. Well, she needs an extra breath because she's putting too much. She's too breathy. So she's like running out.
From fentanyl poisonings to horrific murders.
Wow.
There are empty chairs tonight at kitchen tables just like this one because of President Biden's senseless border policies.
Damn. She trying to win an Oscar? It's not working. She sounds like she's a featured extra in a CW show. Or like a witness in NCIS.
Just think about Laken Riley.
Who?
In my neighboring state of Georgia, this beautiful 22-year-old nursing student went out on a jog one morning. Yeah. But she never got the opportunity to return home. She was brutally murdered by one of the millions of illegal border crossers President Biden chose to release into our homeland.
It literally sounds like our homeland? Hold on. You said the word homeland, and so I got just fucking, that pitch that only a dog whistle will give. That little, that ring. That was that. She got fascist real quick. Yeah, our homeland. It's not your homeland. You white. Not your homeland. It's definitely the country we live in, though. I just keep hearing her as a great value version of the anti-vampire Reverend wife from True Blood. Well, I don't have True Blood memories, but there's a reason that was a caricature, I'm sure.
Y'all, as a mom.
Did she say y'all?
Homeland. Y'all, as a mom.
Finally, it was almost like she was going to talk normal.
I can't quit thinking about this. This could have been my daughter.
Uh-huh.
This could have been yours.
Yeah, you should protect them from predatory men. Maybe even in your own community. You know? Maybe you should give them comprehensive health care and sex education, and maybe we should have communities that are safer because maybe we don't have the desperation that sets in under the evil capitalist system. Sounds like she's for only 36 cents a day, people. Oh, yeah.
And tonight, President Biden finally said her name. But he refused to take responsibility for his own actions.
What is wrong with salami?
He had a pin and everything. And how many innocent, untried people have Border Patrol or the police killed compared to these dangerous immigrants? I don't know. Lots. We're not going to get numbers on those.
Mr. President, enough is enough.
That's right.
You
stand up to Joe. You stand up to him. It's working.
Americans are dying, and you only have yourself to blame. Fulfill your oath of office. Reverse your policies. End this crisis and stop the suffering.
Dude, I don't even like Joe Biden, and it's like, I don't think that's an example of Joe Biden's failure. Stop the suffering for Americans only. Yes, that's right.
Sadly, we know that President Biden's failures don't stop there. His reckless spending dug our economy into a hole and
wait, it's actually getting way better. Again, I don't even like the idea of like fuck the economy, you know? The economy. It's all speculation depending on, what the fuck's going on. It doesn't actually represent our current material well-being. You know what I'm saying? Like these people's jobs should be tied directly to the average like well-being or wage or whatever of the like lowest possible you can be in this country. Like they shouldn't make more than minimum wage. They shouldn't be able to fucking trade on the goddamn stock market. It should be a lowly position, one filled with nerds. Not this fucking shit.
Sent the cost of living through the roof.
Yeah.
We have the worst inflation in 40 years and the highest credit card
Same voice for rape and a bad economy. Interesting, right?
debt in our nation's history. Let that sink in. Hardworking families are struggling to make ends meet today. And with soaring mortgage rates and sky-high childcare costs, they're also struggling to how to plan for tomorrow.
It's crazy. You're making me defend Joe Biden because Republicans are so inept. It's nuts. Both of those points in the State of the Union were addressed with policy. Like, whether or not he's going to follow through is one thing or another, but he addressed child care and wages and all this shit. Like, inflation is Joe Biden's fault, not the Republicans, of course. That's right. That's how it works. And certainly not any of the corporations that are inflating prices and reducing the amount of product you get in a thing and just trying to otherwise cut all fucking costs at every corner. You have corporations like fucking Boeing that are just shitting the bed and making death traps, literal death traps, where you're just like, if you go in that plane, you will die before it lands. That's how it works.
The American people
Gumpy.
are scraping by, while President Biden proudly proclaims that Bidenomics is working. Goodness, y'all. Bless his heart.
It sounds like you've never said that phrase ever in your life. Goodness, y'all, bless his heart. Like, if you were just, like, down home and normal, this might play a little. But instead you're like, goodness, y'all, bless his heart. Actually, I did a better job. Fuck. Let's do it. Let's give it.
It's working. Goodness, y'all. Bless his heart.
Goodness, y'all. Bless his heart. No, I did more. Republicans make it worse. I can't get the right soullessness in it. Goodness,
Wait.
Yule. So what happens when you privatize these things and never regulate them?
No, better. I'll never.
Maybe she should have done a Michigander accent. Hey, Joe. Oh, just want to scooch past you there and let you know that I did. That's more of a Canadian. Let you know that I don't really care for your State of the Union, you hear?
Forget stopping at a gas station in Chilton County one evening.
Chilton?
The gentleman working the counter told me that after retiring, he had to pick up a job in his 70s so that he didn't have to choose between going hungry or going without his medication.
That's capitalism, baby. We love it. Exactly. That freeloader should not be allowed to just, age and be old and have health problems? No, he needs to get a job at a gas station. In fact, more gas stations filled with older and older people, because I'm tired of seeing them laze about with little crusties on their lips, okay? And just say random racist shit. If they're going to say racist shit to me, they better at least be saying it while I'm getting myself a soda pop and filling up my tank. You know what I'm saying? And if they have time to lean, they have time to clean, in my opinion. You don't sit, stand yourself up. Where you don't earn you're stealing it's wage theft. Build our society upon the bones of our aged. Oh yes, that's beautiful. Absolutely. Who wants to end Social Security? Fuck yeah, end Social Security. Who needs old people? Huh? Certainly not the Republicans.
He said, I did everything right. I did everything I was told to do. I worked.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the right to fucking healthcare, lady. Wouldn't the right to healthcare solve this problem? How can you bring this up as a Republican? How does this even play in Republican audiences with the tone she's got?
Hard. I saved. I was responsible. He's not alone. I hear similar concerns from fellow parents, whether I am walking with my friends or whether I'm at my kids' games. But let's be honest.
Dumbass. In fact, ban church. What? What, are we just going to let them sit around all day and play pretend? They could be working for me. Yeah. Can we get more labor out of churches, please?
It's been a minute since Joe Biden pumped gas, ran a carpool, or even pushed a grocery cart.
A grocery cart. When's the last time you pushed a grocery cart? When's the last time?
Meanwhile, the rest of us see our dollar and we know it doesn't go as far. We see it every day.
Yep.
And despite...
Did you lose your spot on the fucking prompter?
he tells you, our communities are not safer.
Oh, found it. Got the spot back.
For years, the left has coddled criminals and defunded the police.
The left? Where have we defunded the police? When has that happened? They increased funding for the police. We were saying they should defund the police. They didn't listen to us. That'd be dope, though. Be pretty lit. The left is in charge? Are you going to say that the fucking cities are burned down too? Please do.
All while letting repeat offenders walk free. The result is tragic, but foreseeable. From our small towns to America's most iconic...
All right, chat. I need a little smoke check in the middle of this. That legal Joe Biden weed. That's good. That's good stuff. Katie, I forgot. I was going to call you Kim. I forgot. It felt disrespectful just to say a random name. Because you are a senator, of course.
Screw it. I don't want to play anymore.
Sid, I get it.
Life is getting more and more dangerous.
Smoking blunts was a daily routine since 13. I was a fat kid smoking weed too.
Nice. Thank you, Quebeca.
And unfortunately, President Biden's weakness isn't just hurting families here at home. He is making us a punchline on the world stage.
Okay. So, what I thought a human might say is he's not just hurting families at home, he's hurting them abroad as well with, like, this policy. No, he's not just hurting us at home, he's also... People are saying shit. People are talking shit, man. Can you believe people are talking shit about America? Lady, I gotta be honest. That's been happening for a while now. Like, since it started, you know. And did you know that we do the same to other countries too? Because they act different and they're funny. French people, you know, just total assholes. Don't know why. It's like you have like good bread and cheese and stuff. What are you upset about, man? Got art?
Look, where I'm from, your word is your bond.
Is your bond?
But for 3 years, the president has demonstrated that America's word doesn't mean what it used to. From abandoning our allies in his disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. But I mean, like, it wasn't because he was abandoning our people. It was just like the way it was done was weird. Can I just point out that the sink seems like it's in a very odd location, like in the side here? It seems like a cleaning, like a side, like just for hands or something. Yeah, I don't know. It does seem weird. Like, do they actually use this place? Seems like it's never been touched by humans ever once. That was planned under Trump, right? The one Trump forced Biden to deal with, right? Yeah, that's the dick sink. Fuck yeah, 2 sinks. Just in case she ever has any minority people over, she can send them over to the bad sink.
To desperately pushing another dangerous deal with Iran.
Is that how you actually talk? Like, just what do you just say what you think? You know, why? Just stop acting.
President Biden has failed. We've become a nation in retreat. And the enemies of freedom, they see an opportunity.
The enemies of freedom are the Republican Party, dude. You're literally that. Anytime we want freedom, you're like, no, you can't do that. I'm literally arguing. Well, I'm not arguing with a guy on Twitter. There's a guy in my mentions on Twitter arguing that you can't have, like, dyed hair. In an argument about trans people, of course, because we're talking about freedom of expression. And he's like, yeah, dyed hair, you stupid, you can't have that. It's just a fucking begging for attention. Or to wear, like, clothes that you like or anything like that. Any kind of fashion is just, like, a breach of self-expression law or something. It's crazy, dude. These people you literally want to tell me who I can or cannot be attracted to. I'm very lucky to be a heterosexual cis man, right? Because I've never felt like the direct force of the American government, like prioritizing something inherent about me as being vilified, except for, I guess, like being an atheist, but, like, you know, it doesn't come up much. Not in the government anyway.
Putin's brutal aggression in Europe has put our allies...
Dude, did she watch Dune Part 1? You know when he says, they're brutal. I don't know. I've watched that movie a lot. This is what I think of.
Putin's brutal aggression in Europe has put our allies on the
Thanos
move.
overacting this.
Iran's terrorist proxies have slaughtered Israeli, Jews, and American citizens.
Did you say choose?
Have slaughtered Israeli, Jews, and
choose
American citizens. They've targeted commercial shipping, and they've attacked our troops nearly 200 times since October, killing 3 U.S. soldiers and 2 Navy SEALs.
Oh, that's a lot of so many dead Americans. Why were they... 2 of them drowned? Is that true? Wait, like, because of things? Or, like, it was just... Is she adding to the pile that Wasn't really affecting them. Like, were they murdered and then they drowned? Israeli Chews right next to the Mike and Ike's. Ooh, Israeli Chews. You think they just got lost in the ocean? Oh, that sucks, man. It's not how you want to go out.
Meanwhile, the Chinese Communist Party is undercutting America's workers.
Those motherfuckers. Why are you smiling about it? Why does it bring you dark delight? Literally, look at the apex of her smile.
This party is undercutting America's workers.
Dude, you could see the darkness. It's starting to creep in around her eye as she becomes an anime villain.
China is buying up our farmland, spying on our military installations, and spreading...
You're spying on their military installations. They're spying on ours. It's a known fact that everyone's spying on everybody now. Okay? Because none of you can stop being fucking crazy. Trump leaked a ton of our shit. That's true. If you're worried about national security, Trump did compromise literally like dozens of agents.
Propaganda through the likes of TikTok. You see, the CCP knows.
Why is it possible for China to buy our farmland? Whose idea was that? Was it Richard Nixon?
That if it conquers the minds of our next generation, it conquers America.
China wants to conquer us? They want an expansionist war where they fight an insurgent United States populace? I don't know, man. That seems not true. I feel like nobody really wants that. I feel like what they want is like Taiwan, you know? I've seen that in a movie. Yeah. China can't even win a war with Vietnam. Yeah, right? Like, I don't feel like there's an expansion, like, at least not into the United States. I mean, I could be wrong, but I just don't think, like, that's just a loser of a war, man. Can you imagine the American redneck poised against the Chinese communists? They would dig in forever. They would salt the earth before they gave that shit over, because they're psychos.
And what does President Biden do? Well, he bans TikTok.
No one's invading America, right? It's just no one wants to do invasions anymore, except like America and Russia.
For government employees, but creates an account for his own campaign. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm tuned out.
We all recall when presidents faced national security.
I was thinking about Red Dawn 2 still. This time it's China.
With strength and resolve. Mm-hmm. That seems like ancient history. Right now, our commander-in-chief is not in command.
My blood pressure is, I mean, not that high right now. I'm pretty chill. But, like, I can't imagine being, like, really worked up by this performance. It's so bad.
The free world deserves better than a dithering and diminished leader.
I agree with that in a vacuum, I guess. But you want to do the same thing. You want to put Donald Trump there, which is the same thing. Worse. It's worse. But he's also a dithering guy, you know?
America deserves leaders who recognize that secure borders, stable prices, safe streets, and a strong defense are actually the cornerstones of a great nation.
I honestly disagree. I think it's like the well-being of the people inside. That's the thing. There's not many cornerstones. There's one. If you have to have a country with borders, which we do because of nationalism, right? Like everyone's observing nationalism, big into nationalism. That's way beyond us. Humans are fucking stupid. Why is Chat and Jake the only good thing about this video? That's why we're here. That's what this job is for. We're here to dilute it, I guess, to a non-lethal dose.
Ask yourself, are you better off now than you were 3 years ago?
Are you better off now than you were 3 years ago, chat? I think mentally, for sure, I'm better off than 3 years ago. During lockdowns and, like, right after Trump, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I feel like definitely. I feel like the worst part, the only thing that's gone down for most people since then is, like, financial trouble because of the price increases. But in the middle of COVID was bad for everybody, I feel like, in the middle of the first lockdown wave.
There's no doubt.
I'm going to be honest, Michigan has improved over all of those years.
At a crossroads, and it doesn't have to be this way. We all feel it. But here's the good news. We, the people, are still in the driver's seat. We get to decide whether our future will grow brighter or whether we'll settle for an America in decline. Well, I know which choice our children deserve. And I know the choice the Republican Party is fighting for. We are the...
For kids to get jobs as early as 13 so they can fit their tiny hands into the machines. Let's go. Put them in the mines again. Get kids back to work. Get the elderly back to work. Everybody work and toil. Toil and work for the upper class who needs more for some reason than we have. Excellent. Sounds great. Why don't we just continue to expand and expand and expand and expand and expand and never stop to think, hey, what if we just enjoyed what we've done? What if we just fucking enjoyed ourselves? Huh? You guys want to have a good time? And just, like, you know, be happy? Anybody? We could still work at the same time. We could do both. We'll be doing work. You can follow your passions. If you get inspired, I want you to, you know, do some technology stuff. Do your little R&D, but do it, like, instead of being forced to be there because you need to go in, just why don't you work when you want to work so it feels motivating and, like, exciting. You can also get incentivized to do so. You can get paid and stuff. We can have little, you know, we can still go buy PlayStations or whatever. I don't know. Why do we have to be surviving right now? Why can't we just live?
Party of hard-working parents and families. And we want to give you and your children the opportunities to thrive. And we want families to grow. It's why we strongly support continued nationwide access to in vitro fertilization.
So, wait, what? Wait, the Republican Party is going in a hard reverse on the IVF fight that's in... What is happening? She's just straight up lying? Like, everybody knows her state declared that they were children, though, right?
We want to help loving moms and dads bring precious life into this world. Wesley and I believe there is no
Moms and dads.
greater blessing in life than our children. And that's why tonight I want to make a direct appeal to the parents out there.
So really, I mean, Republicans seem to be of two minds. So on the one hand, they're kind of doing this, like, quiverful, like, we have to have a bunch of kids so that we can fight the population increases in minority groups so that we can maintain white supremacy, essentially, right? I don't know if they frame it like that, but a lot of them, I mean, hopefully are like, oh yeah, I'm definitely just racist and I would, you know, there's got to be some cognitive thought behind I'm a racist, right? Anyway, the other side of it is they also are anti-abortion, which would help them skew those numbers better because, you know, left-leaning people are more responsible with the way that they procreate. So I don't know why they're opposed to it. It seems like a win.
And in particular, to my fellow moms, many of whom I know will be up, tossing and turning at 2 a.m., wondering how you're going to be in 3 places at once and then somehow still get dinner on the table.
Wow. Isn't patriarchy fucking dope? Isn't that awesome? Fuck yeah, dude. I love how much just labor in general a woman has to take on for no pay. I absolutely fucking love that. Beautiful stuff. Isn't that the woman experience? No, that's the woman under patriarchy experience. Maybe ask your partner for help. Right, like, do you need help? Do you need help?
First of all,
blink if you need help.
you.
Oh.
We hear you, and we stand with you.
We stand with you. We stand with you. We stand with you. With you.
I know. You're frustrated.
So frustrated.
I know you're probably disgusted by most of what you see going on in Washington, and I'll be really honest with you. You're not wrong for feeling that way. Look, I get it.
You be honest?
The task in front of us isn't an easy one, but I can promise you one thing. It is worth it.
What is the task? What I don't even understand what. I know she just is supposed to say I don't like it. Whatever Joe Biden, I don't like what Joe Biden said, which is just crazy, right? I have no idea why we can't be like, okay, so this is a policy I agree with. This is one I do not agree with. Here's some, why can't we just talk? It's all fucking vapid nonsense. This feels like high school, dude. This is so lame. I know I'm a little guy in a corn suit, or a big guy in a corn suit, I guess. But, like, man, this is fucking realer than that. This is just the amount of self-fucking importance.
So I am asking you, for the sake of your kids and your grandkids, get into the arena. Every generation has been called to do hard things. American greatness rests in the fact that we always answer that call.
Your teeth are huge. I don't know if it's the weed, but they seem like long like demons. Have they been growing? Not to shame your teeth. We all are cursed with different teeth, Mine are, of course, absolutely perfect in every way. That's not true. Don't look at them, but that's pretty. I didn't have braces. Huh? My teeth are like short. Maybe I'm weird. Am I weird? I feel like I have normal length teeth. No, those are long guys. Maybe you got veneers? Yeah, I just got shitty. Maybe I got shitty short teeth. I don't have that Aryan race teeth thing going on. That's how you can tell. My bad. Sure, it's just a camera, but they look orange. Well, I mean, maybe I'm not talking about the lighting. I'm talking about like literally. I don't know. Maybe it's just the camera lens. I think it's also the weed. I'm like hyper focusing now. Let's move on.
It's who we are.
Like your teeth look fine, okay? I'm not trying to shame you for your teeth. I mean, but it's, I feel like now I'm just like, man, are my teeth short? It's more about a me thing. Are my teeth short? I have short fucking teeth, man. I don't know. I got weird pinky toes too. They're all sideways.
Never forget, we are steeped in the blood of patriots.
You're steeped in the blood of patriots? Is this a fucking black metal album? That sounds like a fucking Serge Tankian line. That does not sound pro-America, okay? That sounds like something I might fucking say. Like, this country is steeped in the blood of patriots. Okay, people who fought and died for the idea of patriotism that, I mean, was sold to them on a lie. I mean, they were just working class people sold this idea of pride in self and country so that oligarchs didn't have to get their hands dirty in scuffles with other oligarchs about lines that they drew on a map. You know what I mean? Like, that's what fucking history is. Idiots. She drinks the blood of patriots instead of coffee. She gets their adrenochrome.
Who overthrew the most powerful empire in the world. We walked.
We did not overthrow them. We denied them access to their colony because they were bankrupt after protecting us against the Spanish and French during conflict. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. We fucked them because we're Americans. I mean, and fuck Great Britain, by the way. I mean, yeah, they're colonists, but I mean, you know, fuck them. I'm glad there was independence. It's just like this country is not founded properly. It's flawed at the very fucking core of it. In fact, abolish states, frankly. To get rid of the border on the outside, we got to get rid of the borders on the inside, if I'm honest. You can still call it whatever you want. We can still have cultural lines. I don't mind. Like, yeah, we're still Michigan and whatever, but I mean, like, there's no, like, laws between that. Like, we should have rights enshrined. Yeah, have, like, a community thing. Like, I'm less interested in partitioning states on borders and more interested in, like, what is the community, right? Like I don't know, Savannah, Georgia. What does that mean? And they can vote together and you know, have more community oriented mini legislation. But we really don't need this fucking abolish rights. Well, don't abolish those.
The footsteps of pioneers who tamed the wild. We now carry forward the same flame of freedom as the liberators of an oppressed Europe.
Oh my God, adopting the woke language for that one? Wow, that's very cool. I'm sure that'll play super well with your right-wing Republican groups. They'll be like, yeah, we are liberators of oppressed people. We like that language.
We continue to draw courage from those who bent the moral
Tamed the wild, huh? Yikes.
arc of the universe. And when we gaze upon the heavens, never forget that our DNA contains the same ingenuity that put man on the moon.
So you like NASA? And like government funding? And like John F. Kennedy? You like those things? And we share DNA with astronauts, I guess? Sure. I guess, yeah. Your DNA has 98% in common with a banana. Calm down. That's true. I would eat bananas. I like a banana. I eat a banana right now. It sounds delightful. I just don't have any.
America has been tested before. And every single time, we've emerged unbowed and unbroken. Our history has been written with the grit of men and women who got knocked down. But we know their stories because they did not stay down.
Chumbawamba. They got knocked down, but they did not stay down. They're never going to stay down. They got knocked down, but they did not stay down. They're never going to stay down. What do they say? What the night away? What is that? I don't remember that word. Pissing? This is pissing, isn't it? Urinating the night away. Urinating the night away. Dude, when he says lager drink, fuck me up. Lager drink.
We are here because they stood back up. So now it's our turn, our moment to stand up and prove ourselves worthy of protecting the American dream. Together.
The radio-friendly version said drinking the night away. Maybe that's why I don't know. I don't think pissing the night away sounds like, you know, they're from they're bongers, dude.
We can reawaken the heroic spirit of a great
They're
nation.
Irish. Same shit.
Because America, we don't just have a rendezvous.
Literally the same exact thing.
Destiny. We take destiny's hand and we lead it.
Do you? You like manifest destiny?
Our future starts around kitchen tables just like this, with moms and dads just like you.
Thank you for the mouth noises and the creaky chair. This is awesome. We should have had like someone playing an organ, just freestyling to the pitch of this. That would have been great.
And you are why I believe
Why?
with every fiber of my being
Fiber. She sounds like she's from Minnesota, not Alabama.
that despite the current state of our union, our best days are still ahead. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless these United States of America.
America. Who liked that? I can't believe that you carried on for 17 minutes with that tone. Like you were like, as soon as it came out of your mouth at second 1, you were determined to finish with the same exact shit. This is the worst. This is the worst thing. Who is this person? Did they trot her out to fucking sacrifice her to the internet? What is this? Is this a blood ritual? Was she carted off after this? She's an Alabama senator. No, I know. They said that, and you've told me that she's an Alabama senator, but who the fuck is she? No one cares. She's not been in the spotlight at all. Has she been fucking publicly in charge of any movement? I've never seen her once. They gave her they gave up her flesh to give Mitch one more year. They drag her out because they're getting buried over that IVF ruling. They buried that, though. They didn't say it until like fucking 10 minutes in. So like if you could even get through the first 10 minutes, you have to say, we're actually for IVF passingly and then move on. Okay. So this is like okay. This is an indictment on the liberals, though, on the Democrats. How can you not have you don't have that Mamba mentality. How have you not put these fucking Republicans away? How do you not just smash them in every election? They're literally dumb as fuck. Instead, you just take half measures and don't actually do anything that helps anybody. Like you do things that keep people afloat. You don't do things that help them like fucking get to land. You know what I mean? Ed Cortez, thanks for the prime, dude. Well, gerrymandering is definitely part of it, especially in the South. But even so, like, if people's needs were met when you had power, you wouldn't have a Republican response. This wouldn't exist. This can only come from a population of people that are susceptible to the kind of programming these people put out. And the only type of people that are susceptible to this type of programming are either very wealthy under the shitty capitalism system because it benefits them, or very poor and they're too busy to like really lock in and learn anything. And specifically undereducated, right? And that's always what they've gone for. It's exactly what they've always tried to do, is have undereducated people that they have as a voter base that are usually evangelical Christian or thereabouts. And then they trot out literally, like, I mean, first of all, a woman to the Republicans. Yikes, imagine. She's too young to be motherly. They're just going to be freaks about her. And she just did such a bad job. Also, she's not blonde, and Republicans only like blondes. They're freaks. Every Republican news reporter is blonde at some point. In fact, will she change? Will she change to blonde to get the Fox News bucks? And she has a bumpy neck, so they're going to transvestigate her. She has a bumpy neck. Like she has like tendons in her neck. Well, she's a human being, a lizard person, but she is flesh, so you can see. Do the comments like her? No fucking way. The Republican Party should under no circumstances let this woman speak for them again. I missed Biden's speech, but got graced by this lady's response instead, and oh my god, I was annoyed. I really didn't want to vote for Biden again this year, but this lady pushed me far left. The rebuttal by Katie Britt was epic. It was like a Stephen King demon trying to reassure everyone she was very human for not going to eat your liver when you fall asleep tonight. Remember, you can't apply logic and truth to crazy people or greedy people protecting their money. Democrats have women sitting right behind the president and in a position of power. Republicans have women sitting still in the kitchen. The comments do not like her, is the verdict. She's not a popular individual. I have a suspicion that that's the last we'll see of her for quite some time. She looks like she was taken out of the vat where they grow the replacement generic women anchors from Fox News. Yeah, I mean, they obviously like put her in this like little like I'm I don't know. Kamala Harris would have been very comfortable in the same exact fit, you know? Same shit, dude.